Hi, welcome to the Semana ABC Show 2019. I'm here with Adrian Teijido in beautiful Sao Paolo, Brazil, and we are enjoying this wonderful gathering of filmmakers. Adrian and I are going to have a workshop in a little bit today because Adrian's a cinematographer in the ABC organization, and he's been working on feature films and television for a very, very long time. So where did you start? Like, where did you begin your career? How did you start off?
Yeah, exactly. So my father was a director, he still is a director, but now he's close to 80s. My mother was an actress, but she became a producer. So I grew up going in stages and hanging around with the friends of my parents, DPs and all those peoples, and I became very interested to work in the field. When I was a teenager, I did some courses of photography, still photographer. I work as a camera assistant, but at the same time I started to do some short films as a cinematographer. So here in Brazil, in South America, we have a lot of festivals that you can show your short films. So I was invited to friends and students. So I started in commercials. I started to do small commercials, and the commercials gets bigger and bigger. And I became a cinematographer for commercial films. So after a while, I think around the 90s, I had the opportunity to do my first feature. It was a comedy feature, so I did like 3 comedies, drama comedies, and then the TV shows, and now we have the streamings, and then we have a lot of TV shows. So during the 90s, we have like a boom here in MTV.
Right.
So I did tons of music videos, which was an amazing experience. It was an amazing lab, to work with. I worked a lot in Super 16 with all the kind of lenses and zooms and tested everything. And of course, I had the opportunity to work with film and know the importance of a rehearsal, of how to be prepared, all the how to say, the process, on a stage.
Right.
So now, for example, as an experienced guy, as a lot of my colleagues, I think we are very important in the field in terms of maintain the process, keeping...
Even with digital.
Even with digital.
You want to keep maintaining this.
No, keep calm, let's do a rehearsal, let's think, let's check the light, now we need time of that.
So you're talking about, process, and I want to bring it to this film, Marighella.
Marighella, yeah.
Marighella is this interesting feature film about a political revolution that's happening, and it's being funded by a bank heist. I mean, what could be better? Political intrigue, thriller, bank heist, all in one. But it's a complicated film, so there's storyboards that have to be created, a lot of blocking, a lot of planning. Tell us about your process of how this works, with the direction and the production teams.
Well, Marighella was directed by Wagner Moura. Wagner Moura was the main actor, the guy who played Pablo Escobar in Narcos. So he was the director, exactly. And I did Narcos, so we became very close. I try to spend as much time as I can with the director and even with the production designer, watching references, watching films, so I can understand the director or what the director wants, what the director expects. So since in the beginning, for example, talking about Marighella, we understand that documentary look could be the best, So we want to achieve as much reality as we can. So this was the main, let's say, tag of the film. So in Marighella, for example, we feel with Wagner, it could be very precious if we had storyboards of the main sequences in order to achieve the result what we want, in order to achieve the time that we have available, in order to not do any kind of mistakes.
Now, of course, the next project I would want to talk about, which I always want to talk about, is Narcos, because I myself am a fan. I've watched all the seasons of Narcos, and you worked on 3 of the seasons you had done on there. And the thing that always jumped out at me is that the way you framed for Narcos was a little different than the way you framed for, let's say, The Orphans of El Dorado or Marighella, or even Elise, which was a much more intimate, let's say, film. This film has style, it has oomph, and great production design. So what is your take on it? How is it different from your other work?
Great part of the concept of Narcos was already done.
Right, the look was already set.
Exactly, it was already set. So, and then when we achieved in the second season I started to work with Luis Sansans, who is a Mexican cinematographer, very good. And our relationship was amazing.
Yeah.
And we watch references and we go through the story. We understand what is the psychological moment of Pablo Escobar, let's say.
Right.
So you need to ask only one question. The question is what the scene is about. Sounds very, very naive and very simple.
Right.
But what the scene is about. The scene is about love. The scene is about killing.
Right.
The film is about his mind, the feeling.
And thematically, you have to drive that
Exactly.
theme.
So when I read the script,
Yeah.
I always try. It's very important to understand what are the feelings of those characters. What are they feeling?
Wow.
Always choosing from which perspective we are looking for, or for which perspective we are feeling, or we want the audience feeling these sequences about.
Yeah.
So in order to show the weakness, the paranoia, the loneliness, we start to framing him differently.
Right.
Like, do extreme close-ups with a grand angle or something like that. Yeah, because he looks like a paranoid guy. And at the same time, we do like very wide shots with him very small on the frame, like looking at her, even in the bedroom, like sometimes in the bedroom he sits on the bed,
like
and we
this,
do with
and
shot
then you're far
shots,
away.
and we see him by himself, and this is a dark character. So this is the guy, So for us, we interpreted that with shadows,
Yes.
It's the guy who lives in the dark.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes. Well, Adrian, I've really enjoyed talking to you here. Of course, we're going to be in our session very soon, shortly. I want to leave this talk with one piece of advice from you to the young next generation. If they wanted to start honing their craft, learning more, what resource is good to reach out to?
I think the main thing to tell is that we need to do the thing with passion. We need to do the thing with the heart, not and be always a partner, not be. I don't like when some colleague or someone say, it was not good. The director don't know exactly what he wants. So what?
So why didn't you talk about it?
If he has a good script, I learned that from John Bailey. If he has the good script and he knows what he wants from the scene, you put the camera in the right position. We are here to help him, but do it by heart, as much as you can. I think this is the advice. I think there is no way to do cinema without heart.
That's the best advice. Adrian, thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thank you,
everyone. Thank you for joining us here to listen in at Semana ABC 2019. We'll be here next year too.
That's
Best
great.
of luck with all of your projects, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
See you.